Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. This week is our 1-year anniversary of Path of Exile's closed beta test. Many of our users joined our community more recently and didn't get a chance to see what the first beta version of the game was like. We dug up a copy of the 0.9.0 build from a year ago and have put together this video comparing it to the current beta. The first thing you'll notice about the old version of the game is that the user interface looked quite different. Our first major patch to the closed beta updated it to the new user interface, which pleased a lot of players. One of the game systems that has received the most changes in the last year is the passive skill tree. This is the 0.9.0 version, which differs substantially from how it is now. The first thing you'll notice is that there is a hole in the middle so that you can see your player. Our plan was that this hole would let you see if you were being attacked while allocating passive skills. Unfortunately, this didn't work out very well, because you'd often have the center of the tree off-screen while allocating distant passives. This version also predates the separate class starting locations. In this old tree, all classes would start at the same place, and would get attribute points for investing in the skills themselves. The number of attributes for each skill varied depending on which class you were. In practice, we found that the system punished people too much for trying to build off-class builds. We also received a lot of feedback that players did not like to ever invest a passive point in something that wasn't of at least marginal use to their character. With this old tree, there were no pure attribute nodes, so you often had to allocate points and skills that were of no use to you, but let you get closer to your goal. This is why we changed to have pure attribute nodes present in later trees. The passive skill screen from 1 year ago is also missing zoom functionality, which in retrospect can be quite frustrating. This is the new passive skill tree that you'd recognize from the most recent beta patch. Thankfully, it has zoom, so I can show you the layout more easily. On this tree, you can see the separate class starting locations and the attribute highways. The prominent passives are notables, which we gave their own icons and names so that players can plan their build at a macro level first before deciding on which small exact passives to get. We also added keystone passives, which dramatically change how a character is played. One of the missing features that surprised players in the initial beta version was that you couldn't sell items to the vendors. We eventually patched that in, along with our complete vendor recipes system. The old quest screen used to look like this. It was a temporary display of your current quest status, and while it served its purpose, players were very confused about where to find quest objectives like the bandit leader Oak. We used to have a separate waypoint screen that looked like this, before we decided to integrate those two panels together. When we revamped the quest screen in a later patch, we included a map showing where quests required you to go. This map is used for the waypoint screen as well now. The old character screen didn't allow you to see how your stats changed with each skill that you could use. The upgraded one allows you to select skills to see your exact damage, attack speed, and other values with that skill. In the initial version of the beta, this party screen was also a placeholder. Earlier this year, we upgraded the party screen to show a lot more information and added the concept of public parties. We also added a friends list. In terms of the actual gameplay, the core game has many similarities to how it was a year ago, but the old version feels a lot less polished. There were also far fewer options for combat, as we only had a fraction of our current number of active skills in the game at that point. Since then, the combat systems we've added include auras, curses, totems, traps, mines, and a lot of special monster abilities. I found it fascinating looking into what has changed in the last year. There are of course thousands of other changes that haven't been covered in this video, but hopefully you now have an idea of what the game was like back then. We're very proud of what we've created and look forward to continuing to improve it over the next decade. If you'd like to join the closed beta, please purchase a supporter pack at pathofexile.com. Thanks very much.